Hello, welcome fam. My name is Tiff, and in today's video, I'm going to be making some oatmeal cookies to welcome the season of fall. Fall begins on October 22nd or 23rd. Google gave me two answers. I need you to make up your mind, Google. Anyways, fall has always been my favorite season. I love the cool, crisp air, the fall scents, the need for sweaters, and of course, all of the decorating. I love having an occasion to decorate. It's like the 25% Mexican in me. My favorite part of having the house decorated is all of the bright colors, the oranges, the yellows, the greens, I even love the black from the Halloween decorations. It's just so festive. So every year I always talk a big game about watching all of these horror movies, going to all of the pumpkin patches and reading all of the books, and then I don't do it. And so I was like, this year's gotta be different. But to backtrack a little bit, a couple of years ago, I began to realize that when fall would roll in, my mood would dip. And I found myself in tears on a daily basis, extremely sad and hopeless, and burrowing into myself. So sweatpants and sweatshirts are my thing. I hate getting dressed. I hate being cold. It's like the worst thing for me. And so around this time last year, I actually began to get treatment for my depression that I battle on a day-to-day basis. And one thing that I knew when I got treated was that come the fall and winter of this year, I would need to be vigilant when it came to my mental health, because I've known that I've battled depression for a few years, but I always knew that come the fall and winter, it got so much worse. So over the past week, I found myself feeling really low, and really low is kind of my way of generalizing what a depression episode feels like for me, which is sadness, hopelessness, no will to get up, to do anything, etc. And at first, I thought I needed a day of just feeling my feelings because a lot of life has been happening. I was gone over the road. I had been in Utah right before that. My husband and I just spent a month together and he just left, so it's been harder to cope with him not being here. And so anyways, I thought I just needed some time to feel and process what was going on. And each day of the week that passed, I felt my mood getting worse and worse. And I hate saying my mood because it's not a bad mood. It's not a sad mood. It's a very physical thing for me. I was slipping when it came to my daily habits, and I was sleeping in later and later. So the biggest way that my depression shows itself is in me feeling very exhausted and tired. Those are really big symptoms for me. So anyways, Thursday morning, I wake up and I felt the same as I had since Sunday, which is when I had started really feeling this way. And I decided to pay attention to when the sun went down, and sure enough, it was dark by 7:30 p.m. I woke up today at 6:30 and it was still dark out. And so I immediately made a connection and drafted a plan for the fall and winter seasons. And so my plan simply consists of finding healthy ways to cope with my seasonal depression. Seasonal depression isn't the actual term for what I'm experiencing. That's more like a slang to describe what I'm going through. The technical term is called SAD, or better known as seasonal affective disorder. This is a disorder where you can be triggered into depression due to the seasons going on around you. Over 10 million people, Americans, struggle with this disorder, and for many, myself included, depression can onset during the fall and winter months due to the shorter days. So getting light later in the morning and it getting darker sooner in the day causes us to get less sunlight. It makes the days feel shorter, and it impacts how much serotonin and dopamine we are producing in our brains. And so while you get vitamin D from supplements and vitamins, I personally don't know for sure that those will work. We don't know. They're not FDA approved. And so I don't want to just depend on those. Right now, I would like to be very aggressive in how I'm tackling my seasonal depression. And so the best way that I found online to get vitamin D is to get outside. So yeah, go out for 30 to 60 minutes is my goal for myself to get a walk in. But other than, the little old seasonal depression, I'm really excited for fall. I'm not going to let that hold me back from watching the scary movies, reading the good books, staying in my pajamas on cold days, and drinking all of the hot coffee. I love fall, and I want to enjoy and focus on the things that I love about this season. And I hope you do too. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, friend.